Hello everyone. In this class we are discussing about the very important topic, that is the structure of human sperm. Okay. So in the previous classes we already discussed about the formation of sperm, that is the spermatogenesis. Okay. Spermatogenesis. So here we are going to study about the structure of the human sperm, okay, the mature sperm. So here in the spermatogenesis, as we all know, the haploid cell gives rise to a circular non-motile structure, that is what is called spermatids, okay, and the transformation or changes from spermatid to the actual motile sperm is called as the spermiogenesis, isn't it? So here in this class we are going to study about the human sperm, okay, the structure of mature human sperm. So here the sperm is haploid, haploid, okay, and flagellate, okay. The human sperm is haploid and flagellate, and it is motile, okay, it is motile. So what is this haploid? Which means the sperm, it has a chromosomes or the genetic material, that is, it has a single set of chromosomes, okay, single set of n number, okay, single set of chromosomes, or to be more precise, it contains 22 autosomes, not pairs, just 22 autosomes plus X or Y sex chromosomes, okay. It may be X or Y, totally 23, okay. And this mature sperm, human mature sperm, it contains or it consists 4 important parts, okay. It contains 4 parts, in which the first one is the head part, okay, and this head consists of 2 important regions or the structures. One is nucleus, okay, nucleus, and the another one is acrosome, okay, and this acrosome is it makes a cap-like structure, okay. And the second one is neck region. It is a kind of a small depression, okay, kind of small depression. And the third part is the middle piece, and the fourth part is the tail part, okay. These are the 4 important parts of the mature human sperm, okay. So let's draw the diagram. Consider this is the nucleus, okay, this is the nucleus part, which is anterior at, pointed at the anterior end, this region, this is the anterior end, this is the posterior end. Here the nucleus of the sperm, human sperm, is pointed, and posterior end is, it has a kind of depression, okay. This is the nucleus. Above this, we have a cap-like structure called the acrosome. Okay, the structure is called as the acrosome. Okay, and this acrosome, which makes a cap-like structure, is formed from the Golgi apparatus or the Golgi body. Golgi formed by the Golgi body or the apparatus. Okay, this cap-like structure, which is called as the acrosome, which is present just above the nucleus in the head of the sperm, and this acrosome is derived or formed from the Golgi body. And this, coming to the nucleus, anterior end is pointed and the posterior end is a kind of depression. Okay, posterior end as a kind of depression. This is the structure. Okay, and these nucleus, let me label this. This is the nucleus. And this nucleus contains, as we all know, the genetic material, that is the DNA and some basic proteins. Okay, DNA and some basic proteins. Okay, hope you all got this. And this two structures is surrounded by our outermost covering or the membrane, outermost membrane is known as the plasma membrane. Okay, this structure is the plasma membrane. Okay. So this is the structure of mature sperm. Okay, here is a small depression. This depression is known as the neck part. This is the neck region. Okay, this is the neck region, or I can label over here, this is the neck region, and this whole structure or the part is the head part. Okay, yeah. Here, below the nucleus, we can see two centrioles. Okay, here we have two centrioles. The centriole which is present in the depression of the nucleus, this is the one. Okay, these two are the centrioles, and the centriole which is present in the depression of the nucleus is called as the proximal centriole. Okay, centriole, here we have two centrioles. Okay, two centrioles are there. The one which is present in the depression of the nucleus. So this is the depression of the nucleus. Okay, here we have the white dot. Here we have one centriole, and below we have the another centriole. The centriole which is present in the depression of the nucleus is called as proximal centriole. Okay, and this proximal centriole is responsible for the spindle formation. Okay, This seems to be very important. This proximal centriole, which is responsible for the formation of spindle formation. Spindles, responsible for the formation of spindles. And this spindle formation is during the first zygotic division. Zygotic division. Okay, during the first zygotic division. And here we have the second centriole, which is present in the neck region. Okay, this is called as the distal centriole. Okay, here we have two centrioles. First one is lies in the depression of the nucleus, and that is called as proximal centriole, and followed by we have a second set of centriole that is present in the neck region. Okay, and this is called the distal centriole, and here this distal centriole gives rise to the formation of the filaments, that is the axial filaments. Okay, axial filaments. Here the distal centriole is responsible for the formation of the filaments, or it is also known as the axial, let me label, axial filament. Okay, and here this depression is called as the neck part or the neck region, followed by there is a slightly swelling narrow structure, not as much as the head is. Okay, and this structure is called as the middle piece. Okay, this whole structure is called as the middle piece. Okay, this is the head region, and followed by we have a small depression like structure, that is what the neck, and the next is about the middle piece. Followed by the middle piece, this narrow structure is continued till the end of the tail. Okay, so this particular structure is called as the tail part. Okay, so and here the tail is very long, very long tail, very long. Okay, very long tail. And the tip of the tail, this is the tip of the tail, and this is called as the end piece. Okay, this is called as the end piece. Tail is very long, flagellate. Okay, so these are the 4 important parts of the human sperm, that is the head region, neck region, middle piece, and the tail part. Okay, so here we have another one important membranes or the sheath, That is, there is a membrane which is present off of the acrosome region, okay, which is only present in the off of the acrosome region or off of the nucleus region. Okay, this is the membrane or the sheath which is present off of the nucleus, anterior part. Okay, this particular sheath is called as the galea. Galea. Okay, it seems to be very important. And followed by, we have the another important sheath, that is what is called as the mansatin. Okay, that is extended till the middle piece. It starts from the posterior off of the nucleus part and extended till the middle piece. Okay, this is the sheath. Okay, and this is called the mansatin sheath. Mansatin. Okay. So here we have two important sheaths of the membranes which covers off of the nucleus, anterior part of the nucleus and off of the posterior part of the nucleus. Okay. So here off of the anterior part of the nucleus along with the acrosome, there is a membrane. Okay, that is what is called galea. Okay, and followed by the posterior off of the nucleus. From the posterior off of the nucleus, it extended till the middle piece. Okay, this particular sheath is called mansatin. Mansatin. Okay, so this is about the two important membranes. And here, as I told you before, this is the axial filament which is arised or formed from the distal centriole. Here we have a very important structure, that is what is called the spirally arranged mitochondria. Okay, spirally arranged mitochondria. Okay, spirally arranged mitochondria, which is spiral and ribbon-like. Okay, spiral and ribbon-like. Ribbon-like. Let me label this over here. Spirally arranged mitochondria. Mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria. Then the next is this mitochondria, as we all know that it helps or it provides energy to the tail for the movement. Okay, mitochondria, as we all know that it is a powerhouse of the cell, isn't it? So it provides energy to the sperm or the tail to move rapidly. So this is about the structure of mature sperm. Okay, here as I told you before, this sperm structure of a mature sperm, it contains 4 important parts, in which the first one is head region, neck region, middle piece and the tail region. Okay, so head region comprises 2 important structures, that is the acrosome and the nucleus. As I told you before, acrosome, it is a kind of cap-like structure. It makes a cap-like structure. Okay, this is the cap-like structure. It is derived from the Golgi apparatus or the Golgi body. Okay, and this particular acrosome, it contains hydrolytic enzymes. Okay, lytic enzymes. That here this acrosome contains the hydrolytic enzymes, okay, followed by the nucleus. As we all know that nucleus contains the genetic material, that is the DNA and basic proteins, okay, and followed by this end part we have a small depression, that is, it is not exactly distinct, okay, small depression like structure, and this particular structure depression is called as the neck part, okay. Sometimes it is not distinct. And here just below the nucleus, particularly in the depression of the nucleus, there is a presence of a centriole. Here we have two centrioles, okay. These two are the centrioles. Two centrioles are there in which the first set of centriole, it is called as a proximal centriole, which is present in the depression of the nucleus, okay. And this proximal centriole is responsible for the formation of spindles, responsible for spindle formation during the first zygotic division, okay. Followed by we have the second set of centriole, that is what is called distal centriole. Got my point? This is the distal centriole and this is the proximal centriole. And this distal centriole give rise to a filament, and this filament is called as axial filament, okay, axial filament. Here what happens is, this particular region followed by the neck, we have the middle piece, okay, this slightly swelling part, but not as much as the head region, followed by the neck is called as the middle piece, okay. Here what happens is, this middle piece contains the spirally arranged mitochondria, which is spiral and ribbon like, okay, spiral and ribbon like. This is the structure, okay. So this mitochondria surrounded, or this axial filament is surrounded by the mitochondria, which provides energy for the movement of the sperm, okay. And followed by this middle piece we have a very long structure, flagellate structure is called as the tail, which is the last or end part of the mature sperm, okay. And the tip of the sperm is called as a end piece. You can also call it as a middle piece and end piece, okay. So here every parts of the human mature sperm, it has its own function, okay, it has its own function. So let's start with the acrosome. Here the acrosome, as I told you before, it is formed from the Golgi body and it contains hydrolytic enzymes, lytic enzymes, okay. Acrosome contains hydrolytic enzymes. Okay. So what is the function of this particular enzymes then? So here what happens is, these hydrolytic enzymes which is present in the acrosome, that it would lyses the cell membrane of the ovum or the egg, okay. So this enzymes helps to lysis or dissolve or break the ovum membranes, cell membranes, okay. It may be the jelly part or the vitelline membrane or cell membrane, etc., okay. So this is the major function of acrosome, okay. Acrosome contains the enzymes, lytic enzymes. Followed by we have the nucleus. Nucleus contains DNA and the basic proteins. Okay, the genetic material. And followed by we have the centrioles. proximal and the distal centriole. Proximal centriole forms the spindles responsible for the spindle formation. Spindle formation. So these are the functions, okay? Spindle formation. Coming to the distal centriole. Here what happens is, this distal centriole gives rise to the axial filament. Axial filament. It helps to form the filament. So here this is the filaments, okay, axial filaments. And followed by we have the mitochondria. A spirally arranged mitochondria, okay, and as we all know that the function of the mitochondria is to provide the energy producer, energy for the movement, okay, for the tail. And so this is about the function, okay. Each part of the mature sperm contains, each region of the sperm contains its own, it has its own function, okay. So I hope you all have understood this. Here the structure of human sperm contains 4 important structures or the parts: head, neck, middle piece and the end piece. So this is about the structure of mature sperm, human sperm, okay. One more important thing is, I forgot to tell, here this centrioles, let me write here, centrioles, they have 9+0 arrangement, okay, 9+0 arrangement. And this, as we all know that cytoplasm is mostly lost. As we all know, cytoplasm is mostly lost in case of sperm. But what happens is, there is a little amount or traces of cytoplasm is present in the traces of cytoplasm is present in the tail region, okay, present in the tail region. Consider this is the cytoplasm, okay, only cytoplasm only present in the tail region, okay. And this mitochondria or spirally arranged mitochondria is called as the nibberkern. Let me write over here, nibberkern, okay. This is called as the nibberkern, okay, the spirally arranged ribbon-like mitochondria. And this axial filaments have the 9+2 arrangement. Have the 9+2 arrangement. Okay. So this is about the mature sperm structure. Okay. And let me tell few things about the human sperm, because we are talking about the structure. Here we have two types of sperms. Okay, 2 types of sperms are produced. As we all know that the sex chromosomes in case of males, in males, the sex chromosome is X and Y, isn't it? X and Y. Okay. The X containing sperm, X containing sperm, or we can draw it like this. This is the sperm, it contains X, okay, X. This is called as gymnosperms, gymnosperms or gymnosperm, okay. Next, Y containing sperm, okay, Y containing sperm is called as androsperm, okay, androsperm. So these are the 2 types of sperms, okay, which is here we have 50% of gymnosperm and 50% of the androsperm, okay, these are the 2 types. So as we all know that the sex of the offspring, it is mainly depends on the X or Y chromosomes, okay. The sperm contains X chromosomes or Y chromosomes, X chromosome, to which it is going fertilized, okay. So this is about the types of sperms. One is gymnosperm and the endosperm. Followed by we have a thing about the viability. So what does this viability means? It means how much time will it retain for the fertilization, okay. So, or in other words, we can also say it as a time period which the sperm has for the fertilization, okay. That is what is called the viability. In case of human sperm, the viability is 24 hours. 24 hours, okay, 24 hour, okay. The viability is 24 hour. Here what happens is the sperm is live long than the 24 hours, but the retain or the ability or the power of fertilization is just 24 hours, okay. This is about the viability and the types of sperms. Here we have 2 types, so gymnosperms and the androsperms, okay. So I hope you all understood about the structure of human sperm. Thank you.